Good morning, students. This is next chapter in P block elements. That is 16th group elements. These are the elements present in 16th group or 6A group. The elements are oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. These are the symbols of these elements. These are the atomic numbers of respective elements, and these are the electronic configurations of these elements. If you see the electronic configuration, outer electronic configuration, that means 2s to 2p4, 3s to 3p4, 4s to 4p4, 5s to 5p4, 6s to 6. That means this is outer electronic configuration of 16th group elements. Based on this, the general electronic configuration will be what? Ns2np4. Ns2np4 is the general electronic configuration of 16th group elements. In this electronic configuration, 6 electrons are present. That is why these elements are also called 6A group elements. 6A. Next, one more important point is there regarding this one. These elements are also called chalcogens. These elements are also called chalcogens because chalcogens means ore forming elements. That means most of the metals occurs in the nature as minerals. From minerals, ores can be obtained. Most of the ores contains oxygen, sulfur. Most of the ores contains oxygen and sulfur. That is why these are called chalcogens. Chalcogens means ore forming elements. Next point, in air, oxygen occupies 20% by volume, and in earth crust it occupies 46% by weight. 20% by volume, 46% by weight. Next, sulfur occupies 0.01 to 0.03% by weight in earth crust. Sulfur occurs in the form of sulfides and sulfates in the earth crust. That means these are the minerals. For example, galena, pharma PbS, zinc blende, pharma ZnS, copper pyrites, CuFeS2, copper glass, Cu2S. All these are what? Minerals of sulfur. Next, some more compounds regarding sulfur. That means these are sulfates. Epsom salt, pharma MgSO4 7H2O. Gypsum salt, pharma CaSO4 2H2O. Barytes, pharma BaSO. What are these? These are sulfates. That means this contains also sulfur. All these are present in earth crust. Next, selenium and tellurium occurs in the form of selenides and tellurides in the earth crust. Selenium, tellurium occurs in the form of selenides and tellurides. Next, polonium is a radioactive element which is produced by radioactive disintegration of thorium and uranium. That means radioactive disintegration means when these radioactive elements undergo decomposition, then polonium will be obtained. The half-life of polonium is 13.8 days. That means after 13.8 days, the mass of the polonium will become off. That means it is a very short-lived substance. That means more reactive. It's general properties. We know already general properties. What are they? Atomic size, IP, and all these are general properties. We know from top to bottom atomic size increases, so that all the oxygen will be less size and polonium will be more. Next, IP. If atomic size increases, IP will decrease. Both are having inversely relation, so that oxygen will be more IP and polonium will be less. Next, electronegativity, same property. If atomic size increases, electronegativity decreases. But in case of electron affinity, one exception is there. Electron affinity also increases with the decreasing atomic size, but in this case, as per rules, oxygen should have more EA, but oxygen having less EA. due to difference in their structure. That is why sulfur having more ea and oxygen having less ea in this group. Next, physical properties. Oxygen is a gas, remaining all are solids. So in this group all are solids except oxygen. Metallic, non-metallic natures. Oxygen and sulfurs are non-metals. Selenium, tellurium, metalloids. Polonium is metal. Next, atomicity means how many number of atoms present in that one. Oxygen diatomic, that means O2. Sulfur, selenium, tellurium octatomic, that means S8, Se8, T8. Polonium monoatomic. Next, hydrates. We discussed already hydrates in 15th group elements. Like that, here also we have to discuss. Hydrates means what? The binary compounds in which one of the element is hydrogen is called hydrates. When 16th group elements reacts with hydrogen, they form MH2 type. There MH3 type. Where in 15th group, here MH2 type. For example, H2O, H2S, H2SE, H2T, H2PO. These are the hydrates of 16th group elements. Here we have to discuss these properties: acidic nature, stability, bond length, bond order. We have to discuss these points as we discussed in 15th group elements. Acidic nature. How can we discuss acidic nature? If any substance readily loses hydrogen, then that will be having more acidic nature. When it readily loses hydrogen, if bond length is more, bond energy is less, automatically that is readily lose hydrogen, automatically it is having more acidic nature. If bond length is more, that will be more acidic, because bond energy will be less, automatically that substance readily loses hydrogen. When will bond length will be more? If atom size is more, bond length is also more. If atom size is more, bond length will be more, then automatically acidic nature also more. So in all these things, which is having more atomic size, polonium, automatically in that case bond length is more, bond energy is less, it readily loses hydrogen compared to all these cases, so that it is having more acidic nature. So the order is what? H2PO greater than H2TE greater than H2SE greater than H2S greater than H2O. So you have to remember these orders. These are very important for 1 mark. So from top to bottom, this is the reason. From top to bottom, atomic size increases, then bond length between central atom and hydrogen also increases. Then acidic nature, as bond energy decreases, then acidic nature increases. Stability. When stability increases, if bond energy increases, stability also increases. When bond energy increases, if bond length decreases, bond energy increases. When bond length decreases, if size of the atom is less, then bond length will be less, then bond energy will be more, automatically stability also more. So oxygen will be less size, automatically bond length will be less, bond energy is more, stability is more. So that H2 is more stable than H2S, than H2SE, than H2TE, than H2PO. That is about stability order. Next, reducing nature. Reducing nature means tendency to readily hydrogen atoms. Acidic nature, tendency to readily H plus ions, here H hydrogen atoms, in which case tendency to lose hydrogen atoms is more. If atomic size is more, bond length is more, then in that case tendency to lose hydrogen atom is more. That means here also order is like this as in acidic nature. So H2PO is more reducing nature than H2TE, than H2SE, than H2S, than H2O. Next, boiling point. Actually boiling point, I told you so many times, right? Boiling point depends on molecular weight and hydrogen bonds. In all these cases, H2O will be less molecular weight, but H2O exhibits more hydrogen bonds, so that it will be having more boiling point. After that, this one, why H2PO? Because in this case molecular weight is more compared to all these cases. In this case molecular weight will be more. If molecular weight will be more, automatically boiling point also more. Actually H2O will be less molecular. H2O has less molecular weight compared to all these cases, but boiling point is more. Why? Because H2O exhibits hydrogen bonds. So H2A has more hydrogen bond, so that more boiling point than H2PO, than H2Ta, than H2Se, than H2S. Next, oxides. Oxides means the binary compounds in which one of the element is oxygen is called oxides. The binary compound in which one of the element is oxygen is called oxides. When 16th group elements react with oxygen, they form two types of oxide. When 16th group elements reacts with oxygen, they form two types of oxides. They are MO2 type and MO3 type. When 16th group elements react with oxygen, they form two types of oxides, MO2 and MO3. In case of MO2, hybridization is sp2. How can we say that? By using this formula, P equal to G plus M minus C by 2. If you apply that formula, then we can find hybridization and shape. In case of MO3, hybridization is sp2 here also. But here shape is angular, but in this case shape is trigonal planar. Why? Shape depends on lone pairs. I told you how to calculate lone pair formula. Lone pair equal to what? P minus number of surrounding atoms. So in this case lone pairs is 1. In this case lone pairs is 0. So that here shape is trigonal planar, but here shape is angular. Next, here one important point is there. Among dioxides, SO2 has more reducing nature than remaining oxides. That means these are the dioxides: SO2, SiO2, TiO2, PoO2. Among these oxides, SO2 having more reducing nature. Why? Because the central atom sulfur readily donates its lone pair of electrons compared to other cases. If we readily in this case, among dioxides, SO2 has more reducing nature than remaining oxides because the central atom sulfur readily donates its lone pair of electrons, while in case of other it is not possible. So that SO2 having more reducing nature. What is the meaning of reducing nature? Reducing nature means tendency to lose the electrons. Oxidizing nature means tendency to gain the electrons. In case of SO2, sulfur readily donates electrons compared to these cases. Why in these cases it is the chances are very less? Because here the size of the atom is more. If the size of the atom is more, the lone pairs occupy the space of the atom, so that those central atoms cannot donate lone pair of electrons. So, but in this case size of the atom is less, so that it can readily donate the electrons. Automatically it is having more reducing nature. Next, both type of oxides means trioxides and dioxides and trioxides. Both type of oxides are acidic in nature. Next topic is halides. Halides means oxygen can form two types of halides. They are OF2 and O2F2. This is the structure of OF2. This is the structure of O2F2. This is angular structure. This is open book structure. The remaining elements of the 16th group elements form dihalides, tetrahalides and hexahalides. That means oxygen only form two types of halides, but the remaining elements can form dihalides, tetrahalides and hexahalides. So in case of dihalides, hybridization is sp3. I told you how to find hybridization. Based on that formula, we can find hybridization, lone pairs, shape. In case of trihalides, hybridization is sp3. Lone pairs 1, shape seesaw. In case of hexahalides, hybridization is sp3 d2. Lone pairs 0, shape octahedral. If we write, this is the general formula of mx2. This is the general formula of tetrahalides, mx4. This is the general formula of hexahalides, mx6. Where m is what? Central atom. Group of 16th group elements. If we apply that formula, then we can get hybridization, lone pairs, shape. These are the very important points. Next, among all hexahalides, SF6 is more stable. This is more stable hexahalide compound. Next one, oxidation states. The common oxidation state of this group is -2. Oxygen exhibits -1 oxidation state in case of peroxides. We know that -1 would do in case of superoxides, +1 in case of O2F2, +2 in case of OF2. exhibits -2 in case of oxides. That means oxygen exhibits variable oxygen state, -2 in case of oxides, -1 in case of peroxides, -1/2 in case of superoxides, +1 in case of O2F2, +2 in case of OH2. The remaining elements, that is what selenium, tellurium and tellurium, sulfur exhibits +2, +4 and +6 in addition to -2 oxygen state. Next, polonium shows +4 oxygen state only due to inert pair effect. Due to inert pair effect, polonium can exhibit only +4. The stability of +4 oxygen state gradually increases down the group, but +6 oxygen state gradually decreases due to inert pair effect. This is also important point. +4 stability oxygen state increases, but +6 oxygen state decreases. That means the elements readily exhibits +4 from top to bottom, but +6 oxygen state gradually decreases. That means the elements not likely to exhibit +6 oxygen state due to inert pair effect. So this is all about introduction of 16th group elements.